Can you just lift your hand in the atmosphere and shout, I've been restored.
I've been restored.
Been restored. You've been restored back where you belong. After the enemy told you could never come back home. But thank God for his word. Thank God for fooling you. When you thought that it was over, your purpose was rediscovered. I know the first time I'm there, when it disobeyed the master's command. But the Lord of God looked at us and he said, I'll give them another chance. Thank God for the second hand, whose name is Christ Jesus. Just when we thought it was over, because of him, our purpose was rediscovered. You have been God says to you, I put you back where you belong. I put you back where you belong. And I made you stronger than you were before. I made you stronger than you were before. You've been restored. You've been restored. You've been restored. You've been restored. Point to yourself and say, I've been restored. I've been restored. I've been restored. I've been restored. Back where you belong. Put you back where you belong. This is why I was trying to get you the entire time. Oh, I'll put you back, put you back, put you back. Back where you be. That's awesome. That's awesome. Welcome to Saturday Night Rise Radio OTR Night Watch. I have our special guest. Actually, they are regulars now. Is Dr. UMANA and also Minister Cynthia Cox with us. We are excited to have you back. I thank God that you guys have decided to come along with us because health and wellness is very important in this season. There are so many things that are going on. And one of the most important things, nothing will be done. I hear your voice, Minister Cox, that nothing will be done if we don't take care of ourselves. And I just want to say thank you, Dr. UMANA, for the encouraging. That's why that song meant so much. Where we should have been in Genesis, if we go all the way back scripturally, in Genesis, it talked about eating the right things, the real menu that we're supposed to have. We know through the years that we've been seeing it, that so many things are happening. We're putting so many things in our bodies, and right now we definitely want to be alert, sober and alert, that we do the right things to take care of our bodies. So I want to say welcome, welcome, welcome to you guys on today. I'm going to relinquish the mic. Welcome, Minister Cynthia Cox, and welcome, Dr. UMANA.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you so much, Minister Sarah. I am so honored to be here, to be able to share with the community what is going on with our health and wellness at this time. When no, your health is your greatest wealth. If you have no health, you have absolutely nothing. So I'm so grateful to be working along with Dr. Ivana, which is my partner. We are just out here now just to share, to help others to become healthy. And if they want to be wealthy, they can do that also. But right now, health is the greatest wealth.
Health is our greatest wealth. Let's hear from your voice, Dr. UMANA.
Thank you very much for inviting me, and it's a great honor for me to be here. And I want to thank Reverend Cynthia Cox, the greatest person that I've ever known, the greatest lady that I've ever known, who serves her community and the communities of others as a daily duty for her. For her, she wants everybody to be well, to be healthy, because health is wealth. If you don't have health, there is nothing you can do. You cannot be wealthy if you don't have health. So I thank Cynthia and I thank the Reverend for inviting us to share in this community and to bring to you what we really see out there, what we really do out there to affect people's health. And that's what we are going to talk about today. So I thank you very much. And I thank you, Cynthia, very much for for giving me the honor to serve my people. Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Reverend Sarah, for inviting me to serve my own people. Thank you very much.
You're welcome. You're welcome. I'm trying to unmute you. Would you go on and unmute yourself, Minister Cox? I'm trying to unmute you right now.
Okay, I'm unmuted now. Thank
Good,
you.
good. I wanted to hear from you guys. You know that one of the things that I wanted to talk about tonight, there are so many things that we should be, where our attention should be as far as health and wellness. But I want to just basically talk about that is important. The pandemic is still going on. It's still a real issue. And it's very important that the vaccination, that we move forward so we can come back to some type of normalcy as far as the COVID-19 vaccine. And so it's I have taken my final dosage. I understand you have taken it, Minister Cox, and you've also taken it, Dr. UMANA. Am I correct?
That's correct.
Okay, why don't you talk a little bit about that? We'll give that to
Yes,
Dr.
you're
Yamana.
absolutely right.
Let's talk a little bit about that, because we want to keep that going, where we are, getting closer and closer to herd immunity. Talk a little bit about that, Doctor.
Okay, it's a pleasure because yesterday, interestingly enough, I was in a medical conference in University of Missouri where I went to medical school, and they talk about COVID-19. That was one of the presentations. And they talk about the vaccine. That was also one of the presentations. Now, um, as a community, we have seen that this this COVID-19 killed 500 and something thousand people in the United States. And out of that, almost three quarters were blacks and other minorities. So it is important for us to emphasize that immunization or vaccine is here to prevent the infection of the virus. The vaccine is effective. The vaccine is great. The vaccine is good. The vaccine doesn't have any poison to kill anybody or to kill any special group of people. So the thing that bothers me most is that a lot of communities, especially minority communities in this country, do not want to take the vaccine. So it is the responsibility, as we do here in New York and Connecticut, that we use the churches and go from church to educate them, educate our people about getting the vaccine. I took my vaccine, the Moderna one. I took the first one and I took the second one. The side effect is just a pain on the area where the vaccine was given. Yes, I had a headache of maybe 2 times throughout the time after the second vaccine, but that's about all. So I strongly encourage our people and the leaders of the churches to encourage church members to get the vaccine. Because what is happening now, even though the initial virus is going down, the variant is becoming more and more infectious, even than the first one. Nobody knows whether they kill as much, but they are very infectious. So according to the makers of the vaccine, this vaccine can prevent the infection of the variant ones.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So it is very important that the churches take it as a point of duty to encourage the members of the church to take, the members of the community to take the vaccine.
I'm gonna. What do you say, Minister Cynthia Cox? I'm gonna come back to you, Dr. UMANA. That's very good, very good. Minister Cynthia Cox, what do you say? Because you have taken the vaccination as well. Yes, I took the Johnson & Johnson March the 13th. So I felt nothing. I mean, I feel good, because a lot of people, they having issues, but I feel good. I didn't have a problem. When I went to take the shot, but I did not. What happened with that? Let me just roll the tape back. I was doing a shoot at the time, and then the gentleman asked me, has I taken it back? I said, no. Are you on the list? No. So, come in. And I was up in Co-op City, that's up in the Bronx. And I went, and they just, they say, you eligible? And I just took the shot, and nothing happened. I feel okay because, other people's having some after effects. But with me, I have been doing antioxidant for 12 years. So, you know, see, it makes a difference in your body, in your life. You got to make your body immune to these diseases because you got to understand you got to take care of your inside, and your inside to take care of you. So I've been a representative for Artists International for about 12 years, and I've been using the products every day. I don't miss a day. 3 times a day, I use the Red Levy, the Multi Plus, the Noni, and all those products that keep me, my body antioxidant up because that's why, I was around like, I think around 10 different individuals that I saw on Facebook that they had COVID. I like, but thank God I quarantine myself, but I had my body was still again, antioxidant up, so I wasn't nothing affected me. So that's why I tell anybody take care of your inside, and it'll take care of you. And I just thank God for that. And I shared it with the doctor. So the doctor was saying how he said that he had not been drinking the Levy and the Noni, it could affect him more. But see, that's why we have to stay connected and stay involved in learning what's going to take care of your health. Because I like a lot of people left, died because they was, you know, the COVID is this. It attack your body if your body's weak. And I think that's my take on it. They go from your eyes, your throat, and then your chest, and it's all over. Some people regain and was able to come through it, but a lot of them, like you said, 3/4 of people of color had to I got depart. But I just want to tell everyone now that they must stay um, keep your body in the oxygen. Drink a lot of warm stuff. It's important that you drink hot. Like drink green tea. Drink something that's hot when you're trying to you work on your body. Because a lot of people that drink cold. Because I guess you in New Orleans, y'all, it's hot there, so you're drinking cold. But you need to drink warm, and it will help your insides to stay fight any kind of germs of that nature.
Yeah.
So I thank God for it, and I'm going to also we also have a product called Shield. Shield is another way to keep your immune system built up. That is the key. Your immune system has to stay built up in order for you to survive this virus because, like they said, a new one out now. The young people seem to be getting the virus more now than people that's older. So they are there with their friends. They're not social distancing, and we still have to wear our mask no matter what. We still have to social distance. So I'm in New York. I see a lot of individuals out there with no mask on now. If you taking your vaccine, but you still must wear your mask. And so that's and wash your hands.
Yeah,
Like we was at the bank
that's
this morning, you still have to do your social distance. That's important
mhm,
right now. Very, very important.
mhm. A lot of
Thank
people
God for
think
that.
that because they have taken the shot that they don't have to do the social distancing. But the thing about it is you must continue, like you said, wear the mask, wash your hands. It's still real. People are still getting sick. People are still dying. And we have been in over in a year because March it started where they actually started closing down things. It was in March, but we started having actual cases in February of 2020. So we know that it is still going on. We still have to deal with it. And I made the decisions to take the shots. I was going y'all direction, and the planes, it was packed. There was no social distancing. They were right on us. So I felt very comfortable that was my personal decision to make it. A lot of people are having a lot of issues concerning it. I see some comments here with some of our people that are listening in. But definitely what I want to say that it is a personal decision that you have to make. And I'm glad I made it. I want to say also, when you talked about the antioxidants, that it's been, matter of fact, I haven't spoken to you, Dr.
UMANA, but I did my blood work on last Monday, and my, is it called AC1 or A1C? It was 5.2. Everything, even the cholesterol, everything had gone down. And so I'm definitely in to hear what you have to say, you guys have to say concerning some issues. We're going to move on a little further. There was an issue that I'm finding out that a lot of things are happening where we're finding a lot of inflammation in the body. So can we start with you, Dr. UMANA, and then you, Minister Cox, that can talk about some things, some suggestions that you would have as far as some of the things that you feel that can help people along that way. Because I know in 2020, I was dealing with a lot of inflammation, okay? A lot of swelling. I was dealing with that, but I'm telling you, since I've been changing and being more observant of what I'm putting in my body, it has gotten better, and I'm looking to even do more things because I know it's up to me now. The reason that I played that song about God is restoring us. He's restoring us back because we have to make the choices that are necessary for our health and our wellness. Okay. So let's go to you, Dr. UMANA. Talk to me. What are some of the things as far as swelling, when people start swelling and different things are going on? What are some of your suggestions? And then we'll go to you, Mr. Cox, on some things that possibly after Dr. UMANA finishes. Talk about that. A lot of people are dealing with infections or inflammation, Dr. UMANA.
Okay. Before I even touch that, I want to finish up on the virus infection. And the Reverend Cox mentioned something about mentioned a lot of things about antioxidants. Those words and those things in the Black community, it's not very common. The people would rather choose to buy a bottle of drink, a bottle of beer, instead of buying a bottle of antioxidant to protect themselves. And that's another kind of education, that we have to educate our communities, because a lot of people do not understand that as we get older, a lot of things break down in our system. And when they break down, we cannot get them, all of them, from food. We have to replace them. And that is where the antioxidant is not, antioxidant we're talking about is not something that FDA approves. This is not a prescription drug. And we are not here to prescribe anything to anybody. We are here, this is education about our health. Anybody knows that as you get older, your system breaks down. I used to run 10 miles every day. Until 2012, I came down with a reality that I couldn't run 10 miles anymore because I could not breathe through all the 10 miles. So I cut it down. I looked at my system. I said, well, I'm getting older. So even though I've been taking all kinds of antioxidants you can think of to stay healthy, because some of those things cannot be replaced with food. So we have to take them. We have to take vitamins. We have to take a lot of those things and replace them. So as far as I wanted to finish with the virus vaccine. we have to make sure in our communities that we educate people to take their vaccine and continue to use masks. The mask they're using is not to protect themselves, it is to protect other people. So even though we take a vaccine, we still use mask. We still keep social distance. Now, you want to talk about the inflammation that you mentioning. And you mentioned that you yourself did a blood test and all your tests that I mentioned to you before came back normal. We thank God for all those things. But there is one thing I want you to know.
Okay.
Cholesterol, diabetes type 2, high blood pressure, all those things, now they call them lifestyle diseases. What does that mean? That means that if we eat properly, do certain exercises, just by walking around the block, as I told you before, we can prevent those things. We can prevent everything that you're mentioning. And then take vitamins and multivitamins, vitamin C, antioxidant. We have to take those and replace them because they're going down as we get older. So we are here to educate. We mention these vitamins and antioxidant and all those things. We mention them, and proper nutrition, because a regular doctor may not mention it to you and when you go to their office. But this is your body. You have to take care of yourself. You have to take care of yourself and cut down from visiting a doctor every day. That's the point. So
Yeah.
I really, as I said about Reverend Cox, as I said before, she, ever since I knew, I saw her, I met her about 35 years ago.
Okay.
She has not changed. She looks the same.
Okay.
So and there is something that she does that we as a community or people should ask her, what do you do?
Right.
So, I mean, this is an education thing. This is something that we are coming to educate the public. So the public should ask her, what do you do? We're going to do the same thing.
Right.
She has already mentioned that she has been taking antioxidant. What kind of antioxidant are you taking, Reverend Cox? I want to take the same thing. That's what that's the question we should ask.
Okay. So we're gonna start.
Another important thing that we have to understand, which is very lacking in our community, is loving ourselves and loving one another as ourselves. That is, hatred is a poison. It poisons the body. It breaks down the system. When you love yourself and love your neighbor as yourself,
Mm-hmm.
your system stays strong. That's one of the key things that makes Reverend Cox the way she is, because I have never seen her frown about anything, nor have I ever heard her say anything bad about anybody. Those are some of the things that we have to. People may not think that this is important, but if you carry hatred in your system,
Yes.
it breaks down your body. You become depressed. You become anxious, and once those things set in, your system is broken down. And this is not just something that has to be done in the church, because people think that, oh, I'm not in the church, therefore I don't have to love myself or love my neighbor as myself. That is a church thing. No, that is a natural law. You love yourself and you love others as yourself. That's it. So I will leave some. I will leave that to Reverend Cox for her to explain to the public what kind of antioxidant she's taking to keep her going as she does. Because
That's correct.
I have been taking antioxidant all my life as a
Mm-hmm.
doctor.
Mm-hmm. That's very good. So that question is given to you. Are you? Well,
That question is given to you.
you know,
That's right.
you know what,
Tell.
doctor, doctor, I am doctor. I can't the words. I can't. I'm smiling because you know what, it is so healthy, and doctors always been a realistic, and you know, I used to go to his office, and he would say things I just laugh because you know what, laughing is good for the soul, and it's really, you know, I was raised by my grandmother, and she said treat everybody right. That was her famous word. And, you know, I didn't know another way, but in life, you'll learn who's your friend and who's not. But you still, it's still like you got to let go and let God because He's in control. He sees everything all day, every day. As I study the Bible, it is like unbelievable things that happen in the Bible. But then you got to look at the world and way it's doing now because everybody seems to be ready to take a gun out and you know, just let it go. And I just pray for the FedEx people out in FedEx out there, and the trial is going on. You know, because if we begin to love one another, we can leave these things behind. But you know, right now you have to start. You know, it's got to be inside. You know, and being raised by my grandmother, she always said treat everybody right. And I came to New York, and that's all I was doing. But everybody in New York wasn't doing the same thing, so I had to really come to grips with myself. But you know, you still smile because it's important. Because I tell you, so many people are like right now are not smiling, not you know, not smiling at all. And you know, they just look at me. They said, "Why are you so happy?" I said, "I woke up this morning." And that's when you got to give God the praise when He wake you up without, you know, and you could travel without a motor road, nothing. You can just get up and go where you want to. You be thankful. His mercy come every day. So thank God that you can wake up. Thank God that you can, you know, you can travel and do the things that you do. So I am so grateful because the antioxidant has done me good. I mean, I was already jacked up, but as I say, but antioxidant just really just kept me on the smooth sailing, and I thank God for it because you know it does something for your skin. Oh, your skin just glow. You know, I have a friend of mine, Reverend Holmes. Um, he had used the products, and he was saying that it helped him in his high blood pressure. I'm going to show you something that he was taking because Artist Plus. This is a capsule. I think you can see that. This is one of the capsules. and that helped his high blood pressure. And also, right now, we also have it in liquid. This is a liquid vitamin. I was saying liquid vitamin. You must use the vitamins. It is important that you take everything. And I was saying in the real world, you have to use the products 120 days to see results. Some people think they use it for a month. I said, I talked to one of my partners today. She says, "Oh, my Levy is running out because Levy tastes so good, and you have taken up." I think Reverend he said he drank the whole bottle. I said, "No, you're supposed to do." You're supposed to have a shot. It's 2.5 ounces, but the Levite tastes that good, and you will find yourself drinking it, up. So we also have something called Green 29. This is a vitamin. This is the veggies. You don't eat your veggies. This is a part of green. I take this every day along with this. I open the capsule up and pour it in water, hot water. I'm thinking hot is so important. And so I use that every day, because twice a day, because if you don't eat the vitamins that you or the veggies that you use, it should be doing every day. It is imperative. But one thing I want to say, Doctor, we was talking about information, but I want to share something with you. We must detox. It's very important. Let me just show you our detox package here. This is the thing that you must cleanse before you put good stuff in your body. We must cleanse. It's important. And you can go, they said, I think 7 to 10 days you can do it. It is not a laxative. I used to do laxatives back in the day when I didn't know any better. So I'm educated now. So I'm doing cleansing. Um, it, it's a capsule and a pill. So you take the capsule, one capsule in the morning, and you drink your tea at night. Then the next day, get your calendar. So you want to keep up. You said 7 to 10 days. You must keep up with it so you can begin to eliminate. Because if in order for your body to be restore itself, you have to cleanse, and you put the antioxidant in, because that'll also help you to move. Because I do, we have I like 20, I think 20 or 25 products, but I don't say I use all of them, but I do everything we need. As a woman, we need fiber. Okay, we need fiber. This is very important right here. The fiber is very important that the women's use fiber. You can do it twice a day, the fiber. So it's so important that we get the products, use the products, and also then you can have something like you and someone else, so you can have accountability partner, so that what, did I take my vitamins today every morning? Matter of fact, let me just go back and roll back from with Dr. Uh, PK Roberts. We did a fasting on right after Easter. We did a fast, a 10-day fast. We just came off it on the 14th. And so the fasting meaning you don't eat meat, you don't eat sweets, you don't eat none of that. You fast because you want to cleanse your body. And then we had testimony last night. So the good things that happen, we also have not only I have accountability partner. Somebody you have to pray with every day. You have to pray every day, and sometimes some pray twice a day. So but you always have that thank you. They said one time they said you say it prayer 7 times a day. You don't have to, may not get on your knees, but you can say thank you, Jesus, thank you, God, thank you for health and strength, thank you for my friends. And so that's why I'm excited about where I'm at tonight and where I'm at with. Thank you, Minister Sarah, for what you're doing to bring light to everyone, and it's live. That's important, and so I give God the praise. And so we also have this other product called Shield. This is the Shield will help you with your virus, with the virus. It will help you to keep your immune system built up. That's very, very important. And today I was out today. I mean, I took it this morning, but when I come home, I put some, under my tongue, and I drink water, because you know what, everything you don't know what's out there. And I also have my shield around my face, because since everybody's not wearing a mask, I want to stay in compliance and doing the right thing, because I do not want Rona, they call it. I do not want that. I want to keep myself healthy. So and then they saying now about 6 months you might need another shot. I said, oh no. But see, I'm not in love with shots. So that's why I took the one shot, with Johnson & Johnson, because I'm not a shot lover. But, I thank God that I do, was able to do it. And everybody else look at yourself. And, it's all about your decision. It's a decision you make. So if you want to take the shot, by all means. But if your body is antioxidant enough, then things will pass you by. But, just be clear. You still have to do your social distancing, wearing your mask, and stay focused on what's out here now, because it's not a planned matter. We have, in my life, I've never seen nothing like this. But as they said in Dr. PK, Dr. Vanessa said, this is no surprise to God. So it's a surprise to us, but it's no surprise to God. So we just want, he see what we're not doing. We're not giving him praise. We don't have the time. We're busy. We're doing this. God has a way to make us say, you know what? I need to stop. And now, every day, you need to give time. You have to spend time with him and giving him the praise. And your body can heal itself, but more importantly, I just want to share another thing that I want to say here. You're talking about information. This is pure noni. It is a required taste. It's not the best in the world, but it helps you with your information. That is so so important. When we cleanse, we do all the things that we need to do to make sure our body is taken care of. And I just thank God for it. So back to you, Minister Sarah.
Awesome. That's awesome. Real awesome. Let me see. Where we go. Real awesome. One of the most important things right now is for us, just like Dr. UMANA said, is the fact that it has been working. You've been doing this for such a long time, and you're getting the results. So it's definitely important for us to make some kind of decisions of what we're going to do. Because I've been seeing a lot of people that are sick that I think we call it causing our own sickness. You know what I'm saying? It's too many people. I see it. It's too many people. To me, people that and they're young, you know what I'm saying? They're not able to walk. There's so many people on canes. There's so many people. I mean, and it's like something's going on, something's wrong. It just seems like everybody is sick. And I know it has to do with what we're putting in our bodies. And like Dr. UMANA said, it was that our body makes the changes. And I think it was very difficult. In 2020, one of the things that, first of all, emotionally, we talking about health and wellness. Emotionally, I had to come to the fact that, like he said, he couldn't run anymore. I had to come to the fact of accepting that, look, you're getting older. You're going to have to make some changes. You can't, I should have done it. Again, that's why that song made me, he's restoring us back to the original plans. The original plans was never for us to just put everything in our bodies like that. The original plans, and you guys have not only have you talked about health and wellness tonight, you've also talked about the importance of spirituality, how important it is for our minds. You understand? A lot of that, yes, our minds. I can see where in my heart, matter of fact, I was talking, Dr. PK Roberts is on as well right now. She's listening in. And I spoke to her earlier. And one of the things about it is we kind of talked about it, about being, like Dr. UMANA said, to inform, educate people. We got to do something. And it's something that our young people, all those things in Boulder, Colorado, Atlanta, where they had it at FedEx, those were all millennials. That was a 19-year-old that killed those 8 people. In Atlanta, 21-year-old. Boulder, Colorado, 21-year-old. That guy that drove up into that barricade at the Capitol, 26 years old. So you're thinking the health and wellness, not only what we're putting in our body, But like you just pointed to, our minds, you understand? Our minds, what are we thinking? And so it's very important that we speak on this. It's very important. I want to say, Dr. Yumana, you said that what percentage of all over 500 and some thousand people that died, what percentage were African American or a minority group of that died of COVID?
Well, I don't have the exact percentage, but all I
Uh-huh.
know, but I do know that almost 3/4 of all those that died were blacks.
That's that's
Okay,
that that's something. That's something.
and that is very important about when we talk about a vaccine,
Mm-hmm.
because um, in this vaccine, I was looking to see nearly all blacks, young and old, taking the vaccine.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But it
Mm-hmm.
turns out that uh, most of the blacks do not want to take the vaccine
They
for
don't want
some
to take it.
reason.
Mm-hmm.
And
Mm-hmm.
so, what we do in my area, what we do, we go from church to church
Okay.
to educate the people,
Mm-hmm.
to tell them, to ensure them that the vaccine is not poisonous, that
Mm-hmm.
the virus is the one that kills,
That's
and
cute.
you take the vaccine to prevent the virus.
Mm-hmm. 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 Mm-hmm.
And I'm encouraging everybody that listened to us tonight to do whatever they can, take upon this. I volunteer my services to go to churches, to go to communities, and educate people about it. And I'm challenging all the people that listen to us to do the same.
Mm-hmm. 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 Is very important. It is very important. It is very important. Now, going back to the fact, it is us African Americans that don't take care of themselves a lot of times. You know what
That's
I'm saying? And I'm not talking about the vaccination. I'm talking about just in general. Even and it's good that it's awesome that you're bringing in this information to let us know what's important that we because we didn't know, you know what I'm saying, we didn't know back in the day, they the laxity, we didn't know about the detox, of how important it is. Tell us about the detox, tell us about how important it is, because sometimes our body doesn't filter that out of us. So tell us how important it is to detox those things, to make sure that you have a regular,
okay.
a regular cleansing. How important that is, and give us some of the facts that happen. You kind of covered that before, but I'd like to, the woman of God talked about how important it is for us to do all these things. Tell us about, if we don't do it, what can possibly happen.
Well, I want to give you a typical example. I
Okay.
was I was in a train, a subway in New York City when I used
Mm-hmm.
to practice in New York.
Mm-hmm.
And in the train, I saw a 15-year-old girl.
Okay.
The 15-year-old girl was about 240 pounds
Mm-hmm.
weight. She had
Mm-hmm.
two Big Macs, two big French fries, and a Coke.
Mm-hmm.
And before I turned around, she finished everything. I said, this is not real. I can't let this one go. I walk up to her. That's how I am. I don't want every doctor to do that. I do it because this is my people. I walk up to her and I said to her, "What's your name?" She told me. I gave her my card. I said, "Take this card to your mother to bring you to my office." Because she told me she was 15, so she cannot come to my office by herself. And she did. She took the card to the mother, and the mother brought her to my office. The mother said, "What is it all about?" I said, "Well, I just like her. She's my beautiful girl."
Mm-hmm.
And she felt comfortable. And I was able to talk to her, talk to the mother, talk to everyone. And I took blood tests, do everything. Took blood pressure. The blood pressure was 100 over 180 over 100 for a
That's
15-year-old.
a 15-year-old.
Okay? This is what I'm talking about.
Mm-hmm.
Lifestyle disease. Lifestyle disease.
Lifestyle disease.
Lifestyle is
Mm-hmm.
that's what we have to stress. Lifestyle. It's not a genetic. It's not because your mother was a diabetic, therefore you have to be diabetic. There's no such thing.
Okay.
It's lifestyle. So I did blood tests. This young woman had almost 300 cholesterol. This young woman had hemoglobin A1C of 7, which was almost already diabetic.
Already diabetic.
And she was still running, doing something a 15-year-old should do.
Mm-hmm.
So I sit the mother down, and we sat down and we talked. And thank God that she listened to me, which most young people do, because I treat them as with respect. I don't talk to them as they are trash. I talk to them with great respect. So she listened to me and she followed my instructions and she started losing weight. And in the next 3 months that I examined her, everything turned normal. She lost weight. Okay. And why am I bringing in this story? I want to emphasize that high cholesterol, high blood pressure, type 2 diabetes, all these things are lifestyle diseases. You can manage, you can control them by following recommendations. Maybe your doctor knows how to recommend diet for you, exercises, what you should eat, what you shouldn't eat. You follow. But it's a lifestyle disease.
Mm-hmm.
As far as detox is concerned,
Mm-hmm.
there was one movie star that died, and they recovered 30 pounds of feces.
Wow. 30 pounds.
30 pounds of feces in his in his colon.
Oh
Okay?
my God.
So, as far as detox is concerned, it's not a miracle. We are not here to prescribe or diagnose
Right.
anything, nor recommend what FDA does not approve. We are
Right.
here to educate.
To educate. Mm-hmm.
This is education.
Mm-hmm.
That if you eat 3 times a day, you should move your bowel 3 times a day.
You see? Mm-hmm.
Okay? And there are some people that go 1 week without moving their bowels.
We know.
A lot of people.
Mm-hmm.
I can give you a long list like this, when I used to practice. 1 week they don't move their balls.
Mm-hmm.
Now, you don't have to go to medical school to know this. Where does all that stool go to? You
Right.
get you get reabsorbed into your system, and they start bringing all kinds of problems into your body.
Mm-hmm. Wow.
So that is why is this detox, as uh, Reverend Cox was talking about, is so important because it will clean all those poison that you would reabsorb into your system. How can somebody go 1 week without moving a ball?
My God. I
How can
know.
somebody even go 1 day without moving a ball?
Without moving about. So you mean that every time, like if you eat 3 times, you should use it 3 times.
That's right. Exactly.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
And there's some people that eat 10 times a day and they don't have a bowel movement the whole day.
Yeah. And when you say it reabsorbs into your system, where does it go? Does it go?
Exactly.
Where does it
Exactly.
go? Tell me
It
where
goes
it goes.
back. It goes back into your system, recirculate into your system, goes back into, and make you. You will see a young man that I can be the grandfather. They cannot get up to do anything.
Uh-huh. Wow.
So
That's serious. So that's why it's important. She said the cleanser. And so
that's
what else? That cleanser and what else would help with that, Miss Amaya? I don't have that problem, but I know people that have that problem. So
well,
what else
well,
would they need?
the cleansing is the most important
The
because,
cleansing.
and we have to do that regularly to get out all the poison from our system. That
Mm-hmm.
is what causes a lot of problems with a lot of people.
Mm-hmm. Okay. 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 Now you said when you do that cleanser, 7 to 10 days. That's what you said,
Mm-hmm.
uh,
Yes,
Mr. Cox.
yes,
Seven
yes.
to
seven to
ten
ten
days.
days,
Now, how often
and
that you have to do that
we
cleansing?
absolutely. I would well, let me just say, Doctor uh, PK, we just came off a fast, so in the fast we it's every quarter, every 3 months. If you feel like you need to use it before then, fine. But we use it. I use it every 3 months, quarterly. And also, let me just really clear this up. You must drink a lot of water. That's very, very important. You have to drink the water of your weight. It's important that you drink the water. I see Dr. PK was saying, asked about the vaccine. Vaccine. The vaccine, if you choose this, you got a choice to do the vaccine. We don't recommend anything. It's information. Again, educating you. So if you choose to take it, you can. It's all about what you want to do. So that's what we have with the vaccine. But in the meantime, and then we also have a green levy that's maintenance that keeps. After we do this, you begin to keep your body maintenance. You need your body, fully moving because I guess because I'm active. You do have to exercise and you have to. Well, one of the coaches, Mrs. Flanagan, always state that we have to have our G bones. We must do our greens. That's important. Your greens, your kale, your broccoli, your onions. We must make sure that happens. And also, my thing is too. I love beans, so I do eat beans a lot. But it is what it is. You have to make sure you get the proper elimination, as they say. You eat and you must eliminate. So water is also a factor. You must drink the water. With the fiber, I was just sharing with you. Women's need fiber. You must drink a lot of water when you use the fiber. So we have some nice products that really keep us healthy, and that's very, very important right now. And plus the fact too, make sure you
You can, like they said, do the exercise, do the walking. Now in the sun, we need a lot of sun. Vitamin D is very important. So if you can sit in the sun, by all means. If you do the supplement, fine. But the, also, people dealing with their bones too. That chloric calcium is a big one too. So the chloric calcium, I drink at night. I drink the queen. Matter of fact, I just came off of doing a detox, so now I'm drinking the green 29. That would keep my body maintenance. Why I do whatever, because like you said, you have to eliminate every time you eat. It is very, very important. And so we got to eat a lot of veggies. That's another thing too. Leave McDonald's alone and Burger King. Those need to sit for a while, because you don't have. Sometimes you can have it, but in the meantime, we need to cook. Now that we in home quantity, we must learn how to cook now, because we do. Your stove was all clean off. I laughed, so I said I go right through my kitchen. But now I learned to cook again. Cook my own food. So it's very important. Cook your own food. So when I was in New Orleans, they have good food. You don't have to eat. You don't have to season. All you have to do is eat New Orleans.
I
They
know.
have good food.
That's a big
I
problem
guess that's
over
what
here.
makes them up.
That's a big problem over here. That's a big
Yeah.
problem. What do you say, Dr. Yumana?
I want to add something there because I don't want the audience to think that um, something like fiber and all those good things that we're talking about, that you have to take supplement or in order to get those things. We are talking to those mainly who do not have time to cook, and those people that are of age that those kind of things start breaking down. A lot of young people do not cook because of fast food. So they are the people to really listen very carefully, no matter how young you are. If you depend on fast food alone, you are very deficient in a lot of uh, vitamins and minerals. So you have to supplement those things. But if you cook, a lot of food that we eat has a lot of fiber. Some food have a lot of fiber. So it will enhance your bowel movement every day if you eat properly. So I don't want the audience to think that, oh, they have to buy this, they have to run to GNC and carry a big basket of supplement and other things so they can do this, they can do that. No, that in fact that goes with eating properly and taking, as anything else, regular vitamins. You take it, but eat properly, exercise properly, do what you have to do. Think, keep your mind clear of hatred, and love yourself. Because if you love yourself, you will be very selective in what you get into yourself. And then if you love your neighbor, then your mind will be clear of the dirt that cause depression, anxiety, and all those crazy things. This is very important.
It's very important. Very important. We don't. As you was talking, we don't do that. We don't do that when we raising our families. You know what I'm saying? Maybe some of us have, but though these things are very important because of what I see as I'm getting older. I'm making sure I have a 34-year-old and I have a 32-year-old. I'm making sure that they don't have kids yet, but I'm make sure that you do this with your families. You know what I'm saying? Because we don't do it, especially, I don't know what the other culture does, but as African Americans, we don't do this. And this is so important that we start educating, like you guys said, educating people, because we're going to be able to we're going to be able to help the future generations. You know what I'm
Yes.
That's right.
saying?
That's right.
These things are very important. I mean, everything is just so fast, everything is just so quick,
Mm-hmm.
and and it's not good on our bodies. Our bodies cannot break that stuff down.
Mm-mm.
So that's why it's so important. I felt that it was very important. I believe, I'm sold out, that if you start taking care of your body, you can live a longer life. If you start doing the right things, you can live a longer life. You
Right.
don't
Amen.
have to be bent over. You don't have to be sick. You don't have to, because my grandmother lived until she was 90. But guess what? Always with vegetables, always with certain portions. She never, it was she had certain portions. So all those things that we think is not necessary,
Mm-hmm.
but that comes with what he said. That came with the fact of a lifestyle. We've acquired a lifestyle where the families, we have a lot of lock key kids. That's a whole nother story. You know what I'm saying? So we're gonna have to come back. We're gonna have to embrace. We're gonna have to educate. We're gonna have to set the examples of what for us to live a longer life, because we're living shorter and shorter and shorter. But
Mm-hmm.
it's mainly because of our health. People are dying.
Mm-hmm.
People are dying. I mean, people are dying. And it's not about the ages, it's really about our health and our wellness. It is
Right.
about our emotional health and wellness. It is about our physical health and wellness. And we have to do. I'm just looking and I'm just saying, something has to be done. Where do we start? This is a good start right here,
Mm-hmm.
what you guys are sharing. Is there anything else you guys would really want to share on tonight, concerning how we can help? How we can help. I like all the products. I'm glad you brought your products. Tell us how. Tell the audience how they can get in contact with you. Let them know exactly where to go if they're into. Because last time there was a lady asking about what kind of antioxidants. So
Mm-hmm.
is there a link that you can put up, or is there something that you can tell the people where to go, how to get in contact, even if it's on your page, Minister Cox?
Okay, let me just share with you too. Um,
Okay.
we, I thank God for you, and thank God for you allowing us to, for this audience, and I certainly thank my good dear friend Dr. UMANA for us partnering up to
Mm-hmm.
be able to share this audience, because it's, like I said, it's very, very important at this time. And
Yes.
like loving is so important. We have to love one another. Dr. PK Roberts and Dr. Vanessa Witherspoon, they talk
Mm-hmm.
about that all the time, how we must love one another. And uh, let me just say, Mr. and Mrs. Flanagan does an awareness Wednesday every Wednesday, and they talk about one of the topics that always plague us as a people of color. And I'm gonna give you another one. Also, we also do on Thursday we do testimonial, and the testimony is still on as we speak. And I can give you that number. You can listen to that number until Monday morning around 9:30, I think. So I'm going to give you that number, and I'm also going to share my website. We can share my website where you could be able to go and read up on the products and go from there. We, like I said, they are not approved by the FDA, so we're not trying to. We just want you to be educated and, more importantly, be healthy. Because
Right.
without your health, you have nothing. And people like you by the minute don't get sick too long. They'll come visit you, but they once I was sharing with someone, they said they come to your hospital one time, they won't come back. It was just a joke. But in the meantime, if somebody loves you, they'll be back no matter what. But let me just give you this number. I want you guys to listen to one of the testimony, which was a very powerful testimony on our products, and that number is 712-770-4009. 712-770-4009. The PIN code is 294617 294617 I'm going to give you my website. It is www.artistlifecom /reshape CC. Artist, ARDYSS, life, LIFE.com /reshape CC. So you can go on and look at the products. And then we also have a website you can read up on them. That's welcomeartist.com. Welcomeartistlife.com. And you can click on read up on any of the products like Red the Bee, Bring the Bee, and on. They have everything there, and we are so glad. We also have reshaping garments too. We have everything. We have things for your face because you want to always take care of yourself. You have to pamper yourself. So we have products that one thing I could say about this company is 31 and a half years old, and the father got laid off, and we thank him. Whoever laid him off, we are in business to help others, and that's where we at with that. So we ask everyone to just take care of yourself because I always tell it's not a dress rehearsal, it's a one shot deal. You got to take care of you. And if you don't do that, then it's on you because like you said, so many young people with those they pushing. I call it a Cadillac, the
Okay.
Motorola share and everything. I said, wow, you just look at them, you just pray for them and just move on. But we just want to take care because we don't have to be like that. You don't have to, you take care of yourself. That's all I can say. Take care of yourself, and that's very important. So my number, you can reach me at 347-883-0600. 347-883-0600. We on Eastern time. We are in New York. We on Eastern time.
Okay.
God bless
I
you
wanna
guys.
I wanna make sure that I have this 712-770-4009,
Correct.
and it's pin number 294.
617 pounds.
I have it right.
Hmm.
Okay, and that is for
That's talking about one of the testimonial call
okay, and that's on
on Thursday.
what
That's a
day?
Thursday.
Yes.
Okay. And let
Okay.
me just give you the live call, and that's every day. But on Wednesday, like I said, my success coach, Mr. and Mrs. Flanagan, talk about one of the products, and that number is the same number, but you change it to four. It's like the last time you change it four, 712
Okay.
4 712 770-4005, and the pin number is 294-617 #. Since Dr. PK is on there, we also we have a master call Monday through Friday, and we invite you on the call. That number is 712-432 what was it, 1085 0075.
Okay. Okay.
712-432-0075, and the pin number is 957-677 #.
Okay.
That
Okay.
is a live master's call, and we certainly would love for you to buy. It starts at 7:40 in the morning. We have praise and worship at 10 minutes to 8, 7:50. You can say your name and where you're calling from. We invite you. We have awesome pastors doing the call, ministers doing the call.
Okay.
Very
And
well.
as far as I'm concerned, over the years, I have developed, um, I've seen a lot of young people that do not have direction. A
Okay.
lot of young people that do not have direction, and I developed mentoring program for young people.
Okay.
So if they want, you have my email address. If a
Okay.
young man, if a young man needs direction in life, or doesn't have any direction, or doesn't have any motivation, because that is what our young people, especially our young black people, do not have motivation. They may be very smart, but they don't have motivation. They don't have directions. And those kind of young people, you can refer them to me, and I will be very glad to help them. And I can only help them with uh, email, and then if we need to talk on the phone, I will give them my phone number and we talk on the phone.
Yes, I
So,
think that too. What happened here? A lot of people not. I was raised in the South, so we had to go to church. So we know the spiritual. You need to be spiritually grounded. Because you have to be connected to our Lord and Savior Jesus the Christ. If you're not connected, you get to disconnected. Because I think that's why a lot of mental illness, everybody seems to be having. They are early young people. It's running so big here. But I think that we need to stay in touch. I do have my other good friend, which is Reverend Holmes. He does the Bible study on Monday nights and Thursday nights. He's been awesome, and that let me give you that number also. That number is 515 515-604-9060. His PIN number is 691-253. 691-253 So he does the Bible study, which is really, really been we've in Second Kings, we learn a lot. So you never get enough of God's word. It's always important that you stay connected with Him, and you find yourself. You say you get grounded. I think He shared with us the Thursday night to read Songs 78 and read in Title 1 through 72. So, the things is important that we stay connected. And God sits high, He looks low. He sees us all the time, so He knows when you really is into Him. So I thank God where I'm at today, and I thank Sarah for and Dr. UMANA for being a part of this.
It's very important that like I said, to educate, motivate, and inspire our listeners, those that are around us. It's very important for people to know about certain things. You don't know, you don't ask, and then you get stuck. But it's the information that you guys have given is really, really, really important. I want to what I am going to leave it in your hands as far as what I try to do is called worldview, and whatever is really going on, those are the kind of conversations that I like to have, because a lot of times people don't have anyone to go to ask. But this is so important that we make a change. And like he said, there are a lot of things that we didn't know. I didn't know that it was a lifestyle disease. Some of the things that Dr. Umana talked about, I just thought because my family had it that I was supposed to, I was going to automatically have it as well. But if you think about it in the spiritual world, if you think about it, whatever you speak, that's what you're going to get. A lot of times we can speak those things. That's why we have, I want to be able to offer all kinds of information. uh like I said, you guys dealt with the real natural things, not realizing, I never knew that, not realizing if I eat 3 times a day, I should make sure that I expel that thing out of my body. You know what I'm saying? That where you talk about fiber, we've talked about how important fiber, but it's very important, especially as you get older, that your body is not functioning, then you need to take something in to keep you healthy, you know.
Right.
And so these things that you guys have been talking about is very, very, very important. What I do want you to do, you have sent me some things. I want to the things that you have sent me, I want to go on and pass it and put it on my Facebook page on Project Self, some of the things that y'all doing. You know what I'm saying? So
Absolutely.
that they can go, they can look at it, because I do have a high traffic as far as, because we're not only on my page, Project Self page, YouTube page. So it's important for people to be able to have this information. I want to say thank you guys. I don't want to leave anything out as
Yeah.
far as of what we can do to help the as far Dr. Umana talked about they had a conference on yesterday. So is there anything else that you would like to share with us that would help our listeners, sir? Um,
Well, the thing that we talked about yesterday in the conference
mhm,
is everything that I would recommend or cover in
mm,
today's talk that we talk. Now,
okay,
we talked about cervical cancer, how
mhm,
cervical cancer is so common
common.
among blacks,
Mhm.
again, among blacks.
Mhm.
Hmm.
Okay?
Hmm.
Now, um, I don't think blacks I don't think black young people have sex more than any other group of people in this country or in the world. I don't think
Okay,
so.
okay,
But the first thing that we talked about, or that the presenters talked about, was cervical cancer and how common it is among blacks.
Mhm.
okay.
And they talk about a vaccine that young boys and young girls should take that vaccine. And I'm very, very sure that a lot of black young people have never been mentioned, have never heard of this vaccine that they can take.
Okay.
Okay? And so those kind of things, that's the kind of education I'm talking about. And And the reason that I really emphasize certain things about giving this kind of education uh, to young blacks or black people in the church is because that is the only place that most blacks go, the church.
Hmm.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Okay,
you're right.
I do everything. If I want something to be done, when I was practicing in the Bronx, all the ministers in the church in the Bronx
Hmm.
were people that I knew. And when
Hmm.
I want to get something done, like I want to get to young people about certain things, certain education, I go to
Hmm.
church.
Hmm. You're right. You're right.
And that is very, very important. That's why I emphasize that, like the virus vaccine, the church is a very good place. That's what I do here. I go to church and I talk to the people about it. You will
Mhm.
be surprised how many people did not want to get the vaccine because of this, because of that. I found out why they don't want to get it, and they give me, and I correct them. That
Mhm.
is wrong information.
Mhm.
That
Wrong
is why
information,
That is
misinformation.
why the church plays a very important role as
Oh,
far as education in everything is concerned for blacks.
Hmm. Hmm. Hmm.
oh yeah.
Yeah, you're right. Let me tell you, we have this is a new thing. I think I told this to Minister Cox that we had an election which was in November of 2020, and Lafayette has a lot of new people as far as
Mhm.
elected officials, and for the first time African American chief of police, sheriff, and there's a lot of people, women judges for different things. They have a lot of African Americans, and so one of the things that the chief of police came from Dallas, and what they did was they um, they networked a group, and it is the alliance of pastors, ministers, the spiritual people in the community. Because if you want to get the information, you're right. If you want to get the information to our people, the real place that African Americans go is a church. You know what I'm saying? And so
That's
they're collaborating, they're networking with those entities in the city. And you're right. And so that's why it's very important, Dr. UMANA, that it would be somebody like you to go and speak to them, because there's so much misinformation out there. I was looking at, I don't really care about movies, but I was looking at, I kind of scanned through and I was looking at a movie. There are so many things that Hollywood makes, and the kind of wrong information,
Oh yeah.
the information where there's drugs to destroy African Americans. You know
of
what I'm
course.
saying? And so it's very, I'm looking at it, we're in such a mess, this world emotionally. You talk about health and wellness and mental, is
Yeah.
we're in a mess, and we're gonna have to have people that have a word. You talked about that today, Minister Cox, that we say this and we say that and we say this, and the thing about, you gotta have a word. And so if you're going to have a word about this stuff, and I believe you, and I believe what you stand for, both of you. That's why I think it's important that we get this information out. Is We're in a mess. We're in
Yes,
a
we are.
mess. We are in a mess. And y'all talked about some simple things about loving one another.
Yes.
Self-hatred is one of the worst things that you can have. And it not only it messes with us mentally, it messes with us physically. You know what I'm saying? And it's so important. These are the things that we have to talk about. These are the conversations that have to be brought to the table. Because if we don't take care of ourselves physically or mentally, I mean, it's just gonna get worse. It's gonna get worse. And we are already in a stickler of a situation where
Barrel down.
we're
Hmm.
going down.
Yes,
But
we are.
but
But
uh, but even though it may be so,
Mm-hmm.
um, it is not. It still can be. It still can be solved. The problem still can be solved
Yeah.
if we take one step at a time, one person at a time. We
One
do
person.
we do it. See, like you mentioned about the chief of police, the
hmm
judges, the black
Mm-hmm.
judges. The
Mm-hmm.
problem with those kind of situations are when they get those positions, they didn't come out to help. I went to a school in the Bronx where uh, they say that you cannot. It's the worst school in the Bronx. I volunteered to go to the Bronx, that school, to teach.
Mm-hmm.
What I did, I put my white coat as a doctor with my stethoscope, and I volunteered to teach. I told the teacher, you sit over there, let me teach.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
Okay? This is a school that no child, no teacher,
Wanted
they
to
throw
go.
something on the teacher, they don't listen to the teacher, they do all kinds of crazy things in the class. I told the teacher, you sit over there, you let me teach.
Hmm.
And when I got up to teach, one child said, hey, hey, mister. And I turned around, I said, where is he? Every, everybody was looking. And I said, where is he? Where is, hey, mister?
He said, "Where's hell?"
And he said, hey, mister. he was calling me, hey, mister.
Uh-huh.
So I turned around and asked the class, I said, where's mister? And everybody was so quiet. Nobody said anything. Everybody was so quiet, and he became very ashamed, and he sat down. I said, I want to see the mister.
Okay.
So the teacher, after the teacher asked me, said, what did you do to them for them to listen, to do like that? I said, "Oh, what did you see me do? Did I carry a voodoo object and shake around? No, I just use simple discipline.
Mhm.
That is what is lacking.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, people do
Mhm.
not come out. The chief of police, they're blacks. They know that there is a problem in the community.
Mhm.
And if they came out of their pocket to sit down with those young people or with the community and talk about different issues, people would listen.
Mhm. That's
But
what I'm
that
down to
is
do. Mhm.
but that is what is lacking among our black people.
Yeah.
They get their position, they're done. They go into that and they get their money and they go home and spend the money with their family, and that's it.
Yep. Yep. Yep.
I think that um, the solution, as we speak, is everybody playing a part.
Everybody playing a part.
No matter whether you are a judge, whether you are a doctor, whatever you do,
Mhm.
everybody plays a part.
Yeah. Everybody plays a part. Mhm.
And
Mhm.
the most important thing, the key figure among those are the ministers,
Mhm.
the pastors of the church.
Mhm. Mhm. Mhm.
We
Mhm.
have to take that education to them first.
Mhm. Mhm.
These
You're
are
right.
this is what this is. It's not all that disaster. It can be done. I
Mhm.
know that because I've done it.
Mhm.
But people have to be willing to do it. That's it.
I'd be willing to do it. Yeah. Willing to do it, and one of the thing about it is not afraid to do it.
That's
Fear
right.
factor. I
Yeah.
feel
Exactly.
that. I mean, I've worked with young people all through. I remember when all this mess started. And one of the things about it was I used to work in the juvenile detention, and one of the things about it was even then, way back then in the 80s, in the 90s, the early 90s, it was that uh, our parents, the people in authority, was afraid to confront the children. When you are afraid to deal with these young people, but if just like you said, you confronted that classroom, you let them know, you established who's in charge. Mhm. I'm saying, by the way, by the you directly talking to that young person, and that's the way it got to be. Because if you don't get their attention first, they're not gonna listen. They're not gonna listen. But I just want to say thank you guys for coming on. This is very important. We'll see what the Lord leads us to do on next time. Like I said, I like to stay with the heartbeat of what's going on. This is so important. You guys have mentioned some mentor programs. You've mentioned I want to see more people interact with Minister Cox concerning getting the things that's necessary and appropriate for our bodies so we can start the journey and move on to the next thing, because nothing can get done if you don't have your health. Like you say it all the time. Nothing can get done if you don't have your health, and I'm a living witness
that you can't do anything unless you're feeling good. You won't be able to do anything.
Mm-hmm.
You won't be able to. By the time I hear Jakes, I hear a lot of people say, by the time they figured it out, by the time we figured out what's really necessary for us to live, our body done started changing on us. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? And now we're going to have to take the things that's going to strengthen it, restore it, bring it back to life, and it can be done. I'm standing on what Dr. Yamana said about that. It's a lifestyle disease. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? And like he said that, it's not that it can be changed, but we have to do something about it. So I
Yeah.
just want to, is there anything else, Minister Cox, that you would like to tell your listeners? And definitely, Dr. Umana, anything that you guys would like to say? I turn it over to you, Minister Cox.
Yes, I said I want to thank each and every one to take the time out to listen and to pay attention and taking notes. That's important.
Mhm.
To be focused on your health because your health is your greatest wealth. I'm gonna just give you an example of what happened to me when I'm not feeling well. Your head and your stomach goes together. When your head ain't working right, your stomach's not working right. That means something has to come out. So that goes back to the detox. And I go right there and get the detox. And by the afternoon, a little 12 o'clock or something, I'm doing better. I also do shakes in the morning. I have different things that I do. So it is about our health, but your health is your greatest wealth. And I just want to share with you, my pastor. I will be really like delighted to share with him. He's a young pastor. Matter of fact, he's leaving to go back to North Carolina, but he has an album that's coming, a CD, gospel CD, be exact, coming out in June, and it's www.edwinsutton.com. Edwin Sutton. That's EDWRIN Sutton SUTTON.com. And everyone's support. When us people of color are doing something, please support what we are doing because I believe in that wholeheartedly. Because we got to start doing our own business too. That's another thing. We have to learn to be, things are out here, but we have to be informed because you know what? One thing about being informed, you're definitely uh on your head of the game because we are so behind in everything. But my thing is to inform you, and then I can't thank Doctor enough, for us partner up to be able to educate you on your health, and your health comes from your strength and your health. If you have no health, you have nothing. So when you're not your body don't have the right nutrition in it, you don't have the strength to get up and walk and to do things. So when you have your health, you can just I move fast. My birthday is June. I'm a Gemini, so I'm on the move all the time. So I thank God. That's why doctor says I'm always smiling. You always, smile makes a difference in your life. When you're smiling, it makes you feel good all over. And you see someone and they frown, you smile, and they look at you like, being in New York, they don't smile a lot. But I do smile. So it's good. Thank you so much, Minister Sarah, for allowing us to share this platform with you. We so appreciate you, and I thank God today for being here. First, I was like, I don't know, but God works it out. Everything works out. So I give God all the glory and all the praise, and thank you guys. Appreciate everyone
God,
for listening.
God really do it.
Min,
Dr.
min,
Umana, you got something to say to our listeners?
that's right, Minister Sarah. I want to offer you um my specialty and talent. If
Okay.
you, as I told you, if you have young people, you can make a Zoom like this. If you have a group of young people that you want
Mm-hmm.
me to talk to, you can make a group. You can make a Zoom like this and put them in, and I will talk to them.
Okay. Okay.
Depending, I will talk to them and educate them
Okay.
and motivate them
Okay.
and direct them and guide them for what they. Everybody has. God has given every one of us
Mm-hmm.
something,
Mm-hmm.
and that
Mm-hmm.
something has to be discovered.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But
Mm-hmm.
if you look at our people, in general, we discover our things ourselves.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody helps us. Whereas in other races, before a child gets to 3 years of age, they have developed a lot of talents that the parents can watch and observe and know where they're going, how they're going. But we don't have that.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Michael Jordan was a basketball star. Even when he started,
Mm-hmm.
other races told him he could never make it.
Mm-hmm.
So these are very important things. Again, that's what the role that the church plays, because it's very important
Yep.
that we look at every child. Nobody looks at children. Even their parents do not look at them to find out what kind of talent they display. What would they like to do in life? As a doctor, I used to have a special session for young people to talk to them
Mm-hmm.
about what they can do.
Mm-hmm.
Never to think that every anything is impossible, because there's nothing
Okay.
that is impossible on this earth. Nothing.
Okay. Okay.
So I offer my services to you if you
Mm-hmm.
want to make it that way. And I would be more than happy to get in the Zoom or talk to them on one, or whatever way you want to do it. I'll be
Okay.
glad to do it. But it is
You
some.
know, you're saying that. You're saying that, and actually, I'm starting Tuesday, and I'm going to be dealing with. And I have Zoom. I'm going to use Zoom when I have a lot, and then I'm going to use StreamYard when we have a few, because you don't have to go live. And so I'm going to look at that. I'm going to look into that. Actually, I'm going to be doing some things in the community, but I actually start Tuesday with an older gentleman with some issues. And so, but I do have a Zoom account, and that's with that Zoom account. I'm starting to do some things and starting in May. And so I'll try to set it up, but I'll let you know way ahead of time to see your availability. But I am doing some, I'll be able to bring you in because I do anger management, I do drug addiction, but there's always some components, different components where you could probably address the individuals.
That's
Yeah.
right.
Yeah. So actually, you're on point. There was a confirmation. Okay, Sarah, it's time for you to start with that. I've been trying to figure out where I would be most, impact. But we do have on Tuesday nights, I do a show called it's Keeping Up with the Millennials. And so we'll see how that develops. And maybe, guess what? You might can speak to them, as they come in. So I'm gonna keep that, but I'll always let you know ahead of time.
All right, very well.
All right. I
Thank
want
you
to
very much.
you
Um.
guys.
Thank you very much for
Okay,
inviting me.
Mr. Sarah, I
Okay.
want to say one more thing.
Okay.
Um,
Go
I
ahead.
want to say one more thing. If anyone knows of a spa until we get back to the norm,
Okay.
that's a good thing to do. Do a spa. Let women get together and pamper themselves. That I
Mm-hmm.
mean, men do too, but women get together and do a pamper themselves. Because my friend own a spa, so we used to go. The girls come together and we do a spa. So that's important. So if you take care of yourself inside out, so it is so important that you do that also. You can go do a pamper yourself.
Mm-hmm.
So love yourself. Like you said, love yourself. You can love everyone else.
Oh
Thank you
yeah.
again for allowing us to
Yeah.
share.
Oh yes, definitely, definitely. So I love you guys. I want to say good night to Rise Radio. Thank you guys, Dr. UMANA and Minister Cynthia Cox. Thank you so much. So definitely, we are going to schedule to see you guys on
the third Saturday of every month, wellness, health and wellness. And we'll see in particular where we're going to go. We always want to bring information. And Dr. UMANA, we're going to see about something, Minister Cox. We may be able to do something concerning that, about, some kind of program about that, about getting the women together and stuff like that. So we'll see about that. We want to right now. It's very important for us to walk in that vein of what God has for us. Like Dr. Yamana said, God has given us each a gift, and it's for us to use, and it's for us to impart into others. So I'm going to be thinking about everything that you guys have said. And I will, and excuse me for kind of waiting for the last minute. I'm not about that. Just a lot of stuff was going on. And, but I'm ready to flow now. I'm ready to flow. Thank you guys so much. Thank you,
Thank you
Lady
very
A.
much.
Thank you. Thank you, Dr. Humana, Doctor. And thank you, Minister Cox, for coming on. And thank you, Lady A, for our engineer out of Fayetteville, Georgia. God bless you. Thank you, Dr. Roberts, for being on with us. God bless you guys, and I'm going to see you guys soon. God bless everybody.
God
God
bless you.
bless.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Take care. Take care. Thank you, Lord. So we are on, we're definitely, I'm excited about what we have done on tonight. It's been awesome, awesome, awesome. You don't want to miss us. I'll be on next Tuesday with Keeping Up with the Millennials with Wade Richmond. We're kind of working on that show right now. It's been real good. We've been having where definitely people have been following. So we want to kind of really, really see what God has for our listeners. So God bless you all. I love you all. In Jesus Christ's name we pray. Amen. Good night, everybody. Good night, Dr. Pacola Roberts. God bless you. Good night, everyone. Bye-bye.